Welcome back, Typeless here with another episode of the Final Fantasy XII Randomizer. Hopefully actually doing some of the deeper stuff of the game. But we find ourselves at the Tomb of Raithwall yet again. We have got a guest party member, which means we now actually have 3 party members. Should be sufficient to take on the bosses in this area, even if we are somewhat lacking in healing. So first boss, which we are almost certainly going to be ignoring, is the Demon Wall Mark 1.
Fight or run? We better decide fast.
How much damage does an individual hit? Yeah, we're running. There is no way, even with exposing, that we're going to beat this bastard. A little bit too much HP for the amount of area that we have. Now this wall, on the other hand, which is quite a walk away, we should be able to do fairly easily with our 3 party members. Boss is asleep. He managed to get slept by the previous wall. Oh well. We should still be able to deal with it. Okay, he's still fairly chunky. Barsh does quite a decent chunk of HP there, with 400 damage. He's twice as damaging as Pinello is. That should be fine. Doom is more annoying than anything. Again, not a problem because we will just be heading out. Boss is still asleep. Eventually he will wake up and come join and assist with some chip damage. Alright, actually pay attention to Pinello HP. He's readying Doom again, that's fine. The boss is awake and he is coming. Alright, he's casting Silence, which is fine because we're not using magic. And now, wow, boss's attack is trash. Let's expose you a little bit more. Let's see. Defense drop. Oh, look at that. Expose you again. Okay, we are minus Pinot, which is fine because she was not doing a huge amount of damage. And we are halfway there. Unfortunately, Pinello will lose out on the XP. Okay, we'll let him attack. And then we'll get him to use Expose again. Okay, that's a lot of hits on Barsh. For nearly 500 damage. 143 now. Okay, so Vossler's now asleep, but it should be 1 hit. And there we go. Barsh got the level up. Unfortunately, Pinello missed out on that, which is a shame. And now we need to hightail it back. I'm not entirely sure whether Teliga will remove the, the Doom status effect. Teliga removes the Doom status effect. Interesting. I mean, this is the only instance where you are ever going to be Teliga zoomed. So Pinello is now 2 levels below Barsh, so it's not super crazy. But she did miss out on the LP, which is more problematic. We get round 2 of this one, which we're going to ignore because we definitely still can't beat it. And we come to this way where there's multiple paths, well, 2 paths. I guess they're technically still multiple. In the usual drill, go down each pass. We're going to get the map. And we've got the map up. There's no treasures in this area, which is nice. Because it's a little annoying trying to get all the treasures here. Oh, we got the bats. Which I probably shouldn't be fighting. What with just wasting resources and they not dropping terribly much interesting. But basically you go down each way, go halfway through the path, and press the button. So I'll see you when we are pressing said button. Alright, we've reached our halfway point. Barsh has got a little bit of damage on him. He should be fine. We're going to touch the jewel, have the ambush, partially lower the gateway, and fight on. So, one point I was thinking of with the Teliga. Oh wow, 0 damage from that, nice. This is where I would really hope, looking forward to when they update the randomizer to allow random enemies / enemy abilities. So you can get enemies using things like the Teliga on you that you wouldn't expect, because that really is a single enemy thing. And I think it would be kind of cool, just spice things up. Your random cactuars can suddenly cast Insta Death on ya. in the starting area. I am going to go quickly and use the save crystal to heal up. Ooh, this area has 2 treasures. The last area had a treasure, but I didn't find it, so it was on the other half of the area. Well, we may find it, or we may not. Nuts. Vossler got petrified by something. Alright, we've got liches, which are a bit nastier. That's fine. Vossler, all he has to do is survive through to the centrist bit of this section. Although I do have gold needles, and I know I can buy them, so we've got Vossler back. The status effect that Marsh and Vossler have at the moment is oil, which is an unusual one, and I think this is one of the few places in the game where enemies will oil you. It means that you take additional damage from fire elemental status. You can apply oil onto enemies yourself with the oil spell, and I think a few weapons can do it. There's one of the bombs that does it, which means that enemies are suddenly fire weak. It's the only way to decrease elemental weakness aside from one of the abilities. But it's the only spell that does it specifically, which is kind of interesting. And it's really only used in this dungeon, which happens to have a fire elemental boss. Alright, in the treasure we get a Capricorn gem. Not very useful. It does sell for a bit. We reach the pedestal, we're going to touch it, and we're going to loop back to the save crystal because we're on low HP and burning a few of our items here. Don't care enough about Vossler. He's not doing enough damage. Okay, wow. Oh, you divided yourself. Lovely. Okay, at least they're not doing terribly much damage. They're just taking a long time to kill off. Oh, they get at 2 LP each? Nice, that's actually worth it. I was just about to go, okay, that one, interesting, gave 2 LP. Those ones didn't. Was that a rare game that somehow had spawned? Might explain why it had divided. Oh well, now we can head down this secret passageway, now that we're all nicely healed and full HP. We've gone managed to get a little bit of a level. Pinello and Vossler have both gained a level in here, which is good. Pinello did miss out on the XP earlier. Hopefully she does not miss out on the Belias XP. Any treasures here? 1 treasure. I will go find it. Well, the treasure is down in Belias' pit, so let's go say hello to the Fire Gigas. Vossler is going to be good and going to expose and wither him, whilst our guys attack him. So his defense is dropped, and then he will drop his attack at some point when he gets into the right range, which will be nice. So fire damage, that missed. So he's withering him now. He can saber, which boosts his strength. So the saber has now been nullified. Although I think that one missed, unfortunately. Nice. So, Vossler is dead. Well, your sacrifice was not in vain. Do we have a dispel mode? Oh, look at that. He's readying Greater Barrier. There it is. Spell mode, Belias. Okay, fine. Fire-Ager Belias. Please don't kill my guys in one shot. They're not oiled, so they should actually survive this. We've got... yeah. Fine, we've survived. And the fire is not super duper scary. I'll have to keep an eye on Pinello's HP there. Okay, she can survive another fire. And then I will heal her up after this. And she can heal. We only got 2 high potions because I forgot to buy more. Basically. And then we can just keep on whacking it. I do have Phoenix Downs, but honestly, boss is not going to be doing all that much damage. Nice, you go there. 4 hits, Bosh. Alright, that got his attention. Okay, does more damage to Bosh, I think, than Finello. There. So we get a White Tuft and the second license board. Drops from him are random, so we do not get his Esper Idolith? No. No, we do not actually get that, despite what that text says. Oh, and I want to go collect that item as well. What have we got in the sarcophagus? Sage's Ring. Well, that could be good. I think I might have that already. The White Tuft that we got is just a sell item. It's the White Tuft off of a Moogle's Pom-Pom. I honestly don't know where you'd get them normally. You can get like orange tufts and like a couple of other tufts as well. But we have the long hike down the stairs to talk to the crystal pillar here thing. Normally this is where you get the Dawn Shard, is it? Yeah, I think this is it. Steel Gorget and a green beret. Alright, touch the Waystone. And then we head out of here, touch that. Normally you would be ambushed and taken aboard the airships, and you gotta have the airship escape sequence. But we can do that by talking to that crystal. Once we get our party members back. Now let's see what those items were that we got. None of those. Steel Gorget. Enemies receive, 5% damage reflections, not too bad. But reduced damage by 33% is better. Or the increased magic resistance. He's got 33% damage reduction on his helm. And it was a green beret, which we already have, and it's got decent stats, but neither of our guys can equip it. Absorb Dart. Oh, that would have been useful. Strength plus 13 as well. Ah, that's why. That's fine. It is Argyle Armlets. I will take the extra strength from the feathered cap. And then have to have the... So, we are going to board the Leviathan to defeat Vosla. We are going to use Vosla to defeat Vosla. It's fine. It's nice that the game doesn't crash when you have two of the same NPC on the screen. Alright, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. I'm sorry, dude, you're going to die. Although Vosla is going to just attack everything else. He's actually not going to do anything interesting. Okay, you're gonna have to do the manual thing on Vosla. Because his gambit is anything with 100% HP is Wither. And because I'm not targeting the little dudes, then he's going to forever target the other guys. Oh, he's got haste as well. Nice, but our guys are doing quite a nice chunk of damage. I honestly don't care if Vosla gets levels, because his stats don't scale particularly well. Alright, I will heal Bosh though, so I don't want him dying. Okay, he's going to be hitting hard, isn't he? But we should... Owie? Okay, this is not so great. Please don't die. Okay. This is actually not so great. No. Oh dear, we died. I will go and do that when I've got some more high potions. I only had one high potion there, that was not good. So, I loaded the autosave, which is here. I'm glad I made a manual saver outside, but I reckon we can just switch this to be party leader's target. No highest max HP for these, and I'll just toggle them. And then that should stop the problem of him wasting turns I may have gone a little over cocky there. So let's see. I think Vossler is going to get more damage later on. Do I have a nice AO? That's single damage. AOE. No, I've got no AOE items. I was gonna hope I could lob one of those. And these are not AOE either. Alright, Gambit switch. Just temporarily disable that one so he can use Wither and lower Vossler's strength. So that means he does sort all damage. So 39 damage. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Do I want to keep Vossler alive? 3 should be fine. He's in rage. Okay, so that'll buff his attack. But he's now doing way half the damage he was before. We'll use Penelo for healing because she does way less damage. And Penelo can also tank better. Okay. So that's looking better. Got more HP. And... okay. There we go. We get regen. I don't think either of I... oh no, I think Barsh can use that. And a soldier's cap. And a bunch of gil. And that equals a check for something. I think that... oh no, I think it just opens up an area. And we're back. So, we also got the item, which was soldier's cap. Is not very good. And neither of our guys can equip it. So we've got second license board, yada yada yada. I think we can use regen. I thought that you could use regen. You can use death. Okay, maybe not. No regens for us. Infuse is a way of healing. So I can use Infuse, which uses all the character's MP to recover another character's HP. So it is a way of getting a bit of MP back. So we get Martyr for MP when you take damage, MP when you kill enemies, so Barsh can get more MPs. And you know what? Extra HP is going to be nice too. Swiftness is one that I will want. I do not want that one because I can't bubble. And I can't disable that ability. Ah, you can learn Infuse as well. Let's learn that. That can be our healing. It's not going to be great healing, but it is healing. So now I have ways of healing with Infuse. They're not great ways of healing, and it will take a long time to charge it. But whilst I'm here, I do have gambits for... oh no. I was going to go try and do the flying one, but that will not work. Instead, we're going to go check out our hints. We've been using a whole heap of... techniques, so we should get whatever it is for using X techniques. Easiest one that I can think of is in the Geyser Dry. So this happens to be our easiest cartographer that I remember. Yes, we'd like to check our hints. Oh, we've only completed one Sky Pirate's Den. And if we look in the inventory, whoopsies. We've got the Patient Barham Key, he's got a rabbit's tail, which is no good. Feywood, Stolen Truths has got Reflect, which is useful, I guess. And we've got Stoner. So I thought we might have another one. But if anything, I can sell off my loot. We get some more Bazaar goods. I don't think the Tail of the Phoenix is going to be Phoenix Downs. Moondust and a Sirius. And a common fish. I did not even know that was an item that we could get. That is from the fishing minigame that you can do. Which I don't think anyone does, because doing the final tier of that is really tough. And there's no trophy attached to it, so I never bothered doing it. I think I tried doing it on emulator. And basically to do the final stage of the fishing minigame, you have to remember the button prompts input and just do it by muscle memory. because it flashes across the screen so fast, you like have no idea. Water high potions should do the trick. So we can actually, we've got arrow passes from here to Nalbina. So we can check out the shops on the airship, and we can initiate the Anne's quest, which doesn't count as a grindy check, only completing it does. So there will be a bunch of items on that. And we have not spawned the hunt that's on here. You can do that on your first one, which is not fun. So what do we got here? Save the Queen. Ooh, that's good. And Penelo can use that. Kikuchimonji. Good. Charge time. Koga Blade. I don't think either of my guys can use that. Barsh can use that. And then those are not so that great. Okay. I've got some spending to do. That's good defense. The most defensive thing I have. And that's good for magic resistance, I guess, but I can't use it. Warp motes. Okay, well. I'll buy one of those. And I'll sell off some stuff. How much do I need? Okay, I have enough to buy the Kikuchimonji. Now to find where those are on their grids. Oh, easy. One purchase. That's got a really good charge time. And Save the Queen is going to be somewhere... Turn Soul over here. Ooh, that's a little ways away. That's not going to be able to get there, but we do want to get to it. Preferably by the cheapest route possible. Well, I'll have to defeat another boss to be able to get to the Save the Queen. And we're going to go up here in order to try and see if there's anything spawned here, because this is normally... No sight and grat chests spawned in this one. You can... That's normally where you can get a sight and grat. It's super low spawn unless you're using RNG manipulation normally. It is an invisible chest, but it can spawn in the randomizer because it's a chest location. And now we need to talk to here. We're going to mash through the dialogue as usual. So we've got to say, who's this Randy? And then mash through all the dialogue and agree to help. I feel like he has the same face model as Valthea. Why did I not get anything on that? Should have gotten something unless I mashed through something too much. But what we are going to be doing, we are going to try and open up the map a bit more. We're going to go to the Osmone Plain. I suspect the Paramana Rift might be a little bit dangerous. And we are going to try and do some of the Gareth hunts. So we can either try and push through to Erot Village. I'm not sure if we can go into the village without doing the hen mine section first. There is one treasure. How do we fare against the Black Chocobos? I don't think I've ever seen the... Okay, we fare okay. One down. I'll get the Magicite off of it. Which is... This does bode well for defeating the Mark here. I do want to defeat the Mark. Oh, that's right. You know, I got a good new weapon. Let's equip said weapon. That might be smart. And I spied this over here. Stone bolts. Okay. Okay, that's not a great start. Good. 800. That was a good chunk of damage. 800 damage. I believe that katanas scale off your magic stat more than your physical. Okay, a lot of these guys coming up. Let's see how we go. Okay, please kill that one that you've already damaged a ton of. Okay, we haven't procced enough HP to trigger our infuse curing yet. It looks like we can handle... Okay, he just gets flat out killed. Oh, and they still give us a LP. That's nice. We actually want to go down this way. We want to try and take out the Enceladus mark. That'll net us a chunk of LP, XP. We're going to run away from these woos. Now, I'm pretty sure we don't have the Aeromonia leaf yet. I'm just going to double check. Key items. There is no Aeromonia leaf. So we are unable to hand the hunt in unless it drops the Aeromonia leaf. But... Is that no LP. But it will give us a chunk of SP and it will drop some items on its death. So it'll be worth it. We just have to clear this area out first of all enemies before it will deign spawn. Oh yeah, there's a treasure. Didn't even check if the treasure spawns. It's a linen cuirass. Is that any good? No, it is not. Bypass the enemy's vitality when casting magic though. Half decent for a mage outfit. Okay, we have returned and there is our Enceladus. Do we happen to have a dispel mote? Why not? Get rid of that. Now this thing is ginormous and we have no one who's ranged, so we're just going to sit here and look at his legs that kick us. Look at all those swords and arrows stuck in his leggies there. Oh, nice, couple of hits there, and he's already a chunk of HP down. So Vossler was in the point where he was exposing him for lowering damage. There, okay, he restores himself. So he recovers a chunk of HP, I think it's like a quarter. That just means that Vossler's reducing his strength down again a bit. Or I think missing in that case. Which is fine. Spin kick. Okay, we still haven't gotten to the point where we are using... There's the infused trigger. Alright, so this should do 2000 HP. Yeah. Unfortunately, that does mean that we've got like no MP. Because it charges all of it, but it recovers 10 times. Oh, that's gonna suck. Go, fine. I would like charge that because that would make using infuse more viable. Oh, did you seriously use restore again? So Pinello does not regen MP when attacking, annoyingly, or when getting damaged. Oh, he's berserked himself. Interesting. I don't think I've ever had him survive long enough to do that. Okay, you, doing that is not going to do anything, Pinello. We've got 0 MP. There you go. And we have leveled up. Nice. Dusty Letter. Oh, that's a whole bunch of it. Cura! Alright, well, the infused strikes lasted all of one battle. Never to use that again. Immediately learn Cura. And then immediately learn MP reduction. And now you can learn your Save the Queen. On 100 attack, pretty good charge time, half damage for arrow. Well, they defeated that guy, which means that it's actually going to be pretty easy, I reckon, to get through the hen mines. We're probably not going to be able to deal with one of the marks, the harder of the two marks in there. Just, so I suspect we're not going to be able to out-damage it, and that one is a fairly hard one, which will be fine. I mean, it's just annoying having to go back to that area, but you have to go through all the damned gates. There we go. One Cura. Any items here? No items. Nice. I can... Well, we'll murder the horses. 800. Okay, look at that. 800 damage, Pinello. Man, how does she hold that great sword? She's just gonna swing it like a bat. Those ones are reasonably good for money farming. So we're going to see what the... two items in here. Nice, cool. What is in stock in the shop in Jahara. And then it will be the end. We've gotten some nice upgrades in damage this time. Even though we're still lacking a third party member, ignoring Vossler. We've got some good healing, well, we've got some healing now. So we should be pretty self-sufficient. Our defenses are not incredibly rubbish. So we should be able to deal with most of the enemies. I can't see anything in the hen mines being too terrifying. But we still need to somehow find ourselves a writ of transit somewhere. And it should be fairly deep in the game. This is a hard plus difficulty after all, so somewhere on a deep grid. I don't think it can be on Yasmat. If it is on Yasmat, that's terrible. Now, I think you are our cartography Moogle. Yep. We want to check our hints. We've still only completed one Sky Pirate's Den. But we've got the Dusty Letter. Let's see, that gave us 5. Key items. Hint 6. So, Pinello has a teleport stone. Wow, that was a waste. Raithwall defeating Rossler has regained. We've done that. Barsh has infused. We've done that. Hunt 12. The Ishtar has manufactured Nethersite. Okay. Ishtar is one of the ones that we can do. And we should be doing. So that's a good one to go for. Damaska Westersand Wind Globe has Drain. Good to know that that's not a critical check. Corobri has Oil, which we don't care about. And Kalados has... we got that. We've done the Dreadnought Leviathan. Vera Rendezvous has Thunderer. That might be worth it. Bujerba Pilica's Diary Ward has Siphon. Cool. I don't need to prioritise that one. Barsh's sighting items, which we don't care about. Bon has Gravity. Wyvern Lord has Steel. Okay. Mount Baromesis, the Ferry Retriever, has the Wind Vein. Alright. Soshin Cave Palace, which we can't get to, has Fire. Good to know, that's rubbish. And the Yogi against the ear has Disable. Yeah, nothing terribly good there. Well, we are broke currently. So what have we got for sale here that we cannot buy? That's fine, that's fine. Can't use those. And the Flame Star. Immune to Earth isn't bad. Dang, that's not a half bad weapon. Not super useful. Half damage water is actually not bad. Definitely not equipping that. Ring of Renewal, invisible to enemies, to detect sound and magic. Useless. Nothing interesting there. Acquire emotes could be good. And sleep. Oh wow, cool. So good to know that that shop was rubbish. And we get nothing. We cannot hand in Enceladus because we do not have their ammonia leaf. But that is a pretty good haul for this episode. The hen mines is mostly going to be getting us XP. The rewards out of it, although we will be doing the Ishtar hunt, most of the rewards out of it we can't actually utilise yet, because there's a few clan bosses there. But hefty XP is worth it, and a free ticket to the Errant village of the Bunny Girls. But until next time, this is Type This Out, and have a lovely day. Bye!